Am I live? It's hard to tell, YouTube. It's hard to tell sometimes whether you're live or not. I'm going to assume I'm live. People tuning in. Can I see that? Yep, I do see it. Already some likes. Wow. I haven't even started. This could suck, guys. You don't even know. All right, we're going to be doing the collective energy reading. It just occurred to me I also want to pull up on my other phone the astro future so I can look at some transits stuff. Where is it? This is my old phone. I don't know where it is. Fuck. Am I going to get up in the middle of this right when I start and go do this? Maybe. No, there's no Astro Future on here. I see Astro Gold, man. I have that. How do I not have Astro Future? Fuck. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Good start. Okay. We're going to be doing these tarot cards I pulled. Let me get my face off of here because that's going to distract me. Hey, what up? Keep it schmancy. I'm going to check in. Wait, maybe I can just put something. I haven't. Listen, by the time I do like 50 of these, I bet I can get not distracted by my own image, but that's not now. All right, I'm going to put that right above there. Sweet. Okay, we're going to go over these cards. So we did a Bridge of Destiny spread, right? So we have this first card, which is, now I can't see it because I put it over myself. Great job, Noah. Okay, fucking gotta put my face in front of my face. Hold up. Okay, there I am. Distracting as ever. This card, it was reversed. Six of Wands was our soul card. So the soul is collective, energetically, what we're moving through. The reason I wanted to bring up the Astro Future stuff is we're also having this Capricorn stuff. Jupiter just moved into Capricorn. Everything's moving into Capricorn. And Capricorn's the path of fear. It's the devil in the tarot. So it's like a pretty, it's karma, it's nobility, it's Saturn's domain. It's a whole fucking thing, man. But anyway, want to bring that up because that's certainly something we're going to be moving through, which would explain this soul card of the Six of Wands being reversed. Not that it's bad in any way. It's just like Capricorn isn't bad, just like Saturn isn't bad. It's just different energy. Present situation, more importantly, our perspective on present situation. Seven of Swords, as always, will be one of my favorite cards. That's great. And then our future card, which again, is not something to box us in or make us feel bad, is the King of Pentacles reversed. And we'll get into that. And then our advice card is the Pillar, which is great. Love the Pillar. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with the Six of Wands. I do this every time. I'll just keep doing it until everyone kind of gets it, right? There are four suits in the tarot. Wands are one of them. Wands represent fire. If we're going to apply it to the elementals, right? There's the elementals in astrology, in lots of different traditions. So fire corresponds to wands in this case. There's three in this spread, so we'll go through each one. And the one that's not represented is cups in this spread, which is water, which is intuition and feeling. Wands, though, is fire, passion, energy, movement, ambition. And this card, we see this horse here with this green draped like a, I don't know, what do horses wear? Horse clothes? Horse clothes. Green horse clothes, representing that the vehicle, even though it is not an automobile, is really the thing that is driving the movement forward. Even though this person rides atop of it, it's green. It means there's room for growth there. Adventure, nature potentially, but really like the room to grow. It's not a final state. That's super important. Okay. We also have this red cloak on the man who sits atop this horse, holding the wand confidently with his right hand. His right hand is the hand of logic, the hand of practicality, rationality, and that's what drives his movement forward in celebration. His left hand holds the reins of the horse right there, pulling it, this head to the side. Look at this little coquettish horse. That is one of my favorite horses in the tarot. What is it doing with those eyes? Whew. What are you doing, horse? So the left hand, though, the hand of intuition, is actually what directs that chariot, that vehicle. Not chariot, it's just a horse. It's a horse. Get on your horse. Lil Nas X. Anyway, also a wreath on the head, again, and a wreath on the wand. It's like, hey, how much growth do we need here? Jeez, guys, we get it. And we also see the orange here representing the merging of the intellect and creativity. And then also just the yellow, which is creativity. So this is a great kind of joyous celebratory scene. And it's a celebration, but also a beginning as well. So it's reversed. So Capricorn, so Saturn. It doesn't mean that we aren't here. It means we probably have to energetically work implies like effort, and certainly there's effort, but we can make it effortless, but we want the energy and we want the perspective to allow the energy to flip into this celebratory 6 kind of harmonious yay. But right now, I'm sure many of you are feeling that it is kind of not that. You can sense that it's coming, which doesn't mean that it's not here, actually. It just means you work through the stuff so you can appreciate it more in the state. But energetically, that's our soul card. So that's what's going on. Next card, upright. 7 of Swords. This is, I think, one of the most challenging things for people who I know who are really good manifestors, are really good at allowing things into their world, but in some area or areas have some guilt or shame associated with that. And that's what the 7 of Swords is. So the air is the elemental associated with swords. And we see a man sneaking away from a military camp. You can see in the background there these people with weapons just like around a campfire. Sneaking away with 5 swords, 2 in the ground. Again, a sneaky little face there. It's like, I'm out of here. His little fez hat, the red, the passion guiding his movements. He's sneaking away with these swords, these clarity, these intellect, these decisions he's making. And it is the card of quite literally getting away with something. And so I've found for people, myself included at times, it's hard to feel like to accept that sometimes it's okay to get away with something, like it's a cheat code or it's like a shortcut or it's a bad thing if you make it easy or if it's effortless. You can be like, that's not how it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to put in millions of hours and hard work into this. And it's like, no, that's not always how it has to be. But to accept that can be difficult. And so that's what this guy is doing here. It's, and people are like, well, he's stealing, he's doing. So you're judging him? Really? Who knows what this situation is? He could be taking this to go burn them because he doesn't like weapons. He could go, maybe these guys are bad. Who knows? Fucking don't judge it. But the point is it is getting away with something. And you should be comfortable sometimes getting away with something. You never broke the rules? What's the matter with you? Anyway, we have the King of Pentacles. Future. Ooh, lessons to be learned about wealth, internal and external. We see Taurus here all over this guy's throne. So this is the King of Pentacles. In his right hand, he holds this scepter. There it is, pinky. Holds this scepter, hand of logic, the weapon that shapes and rules, symbol of power. And in his left hand is where he holds the wealth on his armored knee. Grapes all over him. He's outside of the main part of the castle over here, but he's in his throne. On his throne, vitality, growth. This is just comfort with wealth. It's being a boss and just being like, you know what? I know how to do this shit for real. And like, it is. It's building and sitting comfortably in your throne and castle. So we have it reversed. It doesn't mean the opposite. It doesn't mean you're poor. It doesn't mean shit's fucked up. It means that to sit comfortably on this throne takes practice. And when I say wealth, I don't mean just financial and material wealth. Usually I mean an aspect of that, but emotional, psychological, spiritual, those are all important things. I'm like hunched over here, by the way. Like I feel like, I'm hunched over because I haven't found a good setting here. I could go farther back, all the way back. Anyway, we want to get into the vibe of this, but we can expect some of this until we get there. And that's just like testing our comfort levels with various aspects of well-being, whether financial, whether emotional, whether just relationship-wise. We test these boundaries, and then we get to be like, oh, this is what we actually like. This is what we want. Okay, so now we have the Pillar as our advice card. I love this card. Kind of think High Priestess. It took a while for it to click on me, but I had a reading with Valeria, who I encourage everyone to do a reading with, the Mexican witch. She's on Instagram. She's great. she said something about a pillar to me in a reading, and she was like, oh, it's the high priestess. And I was like, huh, yeah, you're right, because the high priestess does have those two pillars, the B and the J, on either side of her, representing duality, but also the strength of kind of the position of the high priestess. But in this card, the pillar also just is this. This is also the Threads of Fate deck, Oracle deck, for people who are curious. It's just like, this is strength. It's like straight support. And this means you have to have internal fortitude. You can't get shaken by shit. Do you know what I mean? If you get shaken by stuff, the pillar crumbles. It'll fall down. So it means building up this balance of energies, both the elementals, right? The 4, fire, earth. So Pentacles, by the way, is earth energy on the king. So earth, fire, water, air. You know, if you harmonize those, you get the quintessence, the 5th element, which is, I say, the Philosopher's Stone, the keys to the universe, popping out of the matrix, whatever you want to call it. You start to recognize that 5th quality that really is what shapes reality: consciousness, ether, sense of I amness, awareness, whatever it is. But the pillar is the foundation upon which we build that in a world of duality, right? And that's also what the high priestess is. There's that black and white on those pillars. So it's not just like, hey, I'm strong, because there's a strength card in these Oracle deck. But yeah, I mean, there's no, it's different. That's not a good way of saying that. But basically, it is this balancing act on both sides, this supportive strength, right? It's a very specific type of energetic strength. So that's what that is. Let's pull some other cards. And then Capricorn, I mean, I guess I'll talk about that on another episode of the podcast, because Capricorn season this year is going to be like, yo, I'm not in a bad way, but like, just get used to running towards your fears. I'm going to keep saying this until it's no longer applicable, which is probably never. Just keep running towards your fears, because as you do, you'll move to and through them and see that there's usually like goodies on the other side. Think of it like a curtain that you just like, oh, that was just a curtain? I thought it was a wall. It's like, no, it was just a curtain. Go behind there, and it's like, oh, it's fucking great shit behind here. Amazing. Let me pull some cards. Since I have to hold this, you're going to have to listen to the shuffle. Hold on. This is fun. Get a real nice... Oh, yeah. Just going to pull some stuff. If anyone has any questions, I don't know if you can hear me, but you can ask now or forever hold your peace. All right, let's see what comes up. Oh boy, a twofer. We were just talking about one of those cards. Let's go with. Oh, I just saw it, but it went away. There it is. Okay. All right, we got 3 came out. 2 at once. First card, King Cups. My favorite. There's so many of my favorites. He's the man. King of Vessels in the Alchemical Tarot. So both, we see the left hand now is holding the scepter. It's a slightly different scepter than the King of Pentacles that we saw before. Has that flattish top there. And his right hand, the hand of logic, holds the cup where it can receive the intuitive waters. That's pretty important. He's also in the middle of the fucking... Ooh, can I say fucking? Yeah, I think. He's also in the middle of the fucking ocean, which is cool. It's nice to have a throne, if you ask me. And I love Mr. Green Shoes. He's got room to grow from this position, right? That's what the green is there. We also see the blue wearing the intuition and feelings comfortably. We see the yellow cloak, robe, rather, whatever it is. I should really get more familiar with clothes, because I don't know what a lot of this shit is called. And then we see the red scarf, part of the robe, trim, I don't know. Passion, right? And what is that affix to it? Yep, a fish. Comfortable. It fastens his clothing, comfortable in the waters. And then the crown of blue, gold, and red rubies. And then in the back, we see this blue sea monster thingy, and then this red ship. So again, this really harmonious balance of colors here. And this is being able to be in the deep, for real. King of Cups is like, that's the energy where it's like, you just like, you know how to do your shit in weird places. And I don't mean physically, I just mean energetically. Like, you can hang with the people who are like really blissed out all the time, and you can also hang out with people who are like holy shit. And that's the King of Cups. You can ride those intuitive waters and emotional waters pretty easily, which is great. Second card, Strength. And we're just talking about it. So we see the woman, right, with the Infinity 8 above her head, with Leo the lion, this passion lion, with holding his jaws open, right? This is the movement. A lion is the best. We see the Ascension pyramid here. Ascension, blue, feelings, great. And we see the woman here is in the white, right? So that's purity. I say authenticity because purity is like this weird foreign concept. And authenticity is not. Like, it's just being yourself. And that doesn't have to be like a specific type of person. Like, if you like a weird thing, if you have a fetish, you're into something odd, it doesn't make you impure. If that's really who you are, that makes you authentic. That's what white is. So strength is inner strength, first and foremost. Outer strength is always reflected. It's always reflected from inner strength, right? It never comes first. You can do things to get yourself in touch with your own inner strength physically, but for the most part, you can't. It's inner strength first, like all things. Third card, Page of Swords, reversed. Page of Swords, see, let's look at them up, right? Wind is a-blowing, change is a-coming, clarity is coming. He's got the red shoes. His contact with the world is his passion. He's got the green pants. His support in the world is his growth, right? His red tunic is passion again. It's a different shade. And the yellow, which he wears underneath all that, is his creativity and his intellect. So this is a beginning of a journey because that's what the page is. And the acceptance of that is what's being asked here, right? The acceptance of making decisions and navigating change through those. We have ideas, we have desires, we use the imaginal techniques, we do a lot of stuff, but to actually like fully accept what's going on all the time, that's part of the process. It's not just making those decisions because they're going to unfold. So the acceptance is kind of just, it makes it more smooth, I guess is the way I would say it. Because like, you just want to accept it. You can change stuff. Don't get me wrong. You're not condemned. None of this is deterministic. All of this is just energy that is predominant right now. I pulled these cards collectively for us because I've just been astonished when I like pull cards for myself and I start talking about it. Just the themes that come up to other people. They're like, oh yeah, me too. I'm like, what? So kind of shows you how this stuff really works. I think that is it. Are there any questions that anyone has in the chat? I'm glad it's spot on. Yeah, I'm glad it feels like a personal reading. So for people who are interested, I don't know if my YouTube audience is significantly different, but I am going to be launching a membership part of Synchronicity. So we're going to be doing group readings at least once a month. I'll still do these YouTube ones, but they'll be a little more in depth and the opportunity to interact in a more tangible way. So in 2020, I'll be launching that. I'm working out the details. I want to make sure it's like fucking cool too. Like I don't want to be like, ugh. But anyway, I've noticed that these readings are spot on for a lot of people just energetically, but I do also encourage the personal readings, not just with myself, but like other people, because even a short one, man, you can get, it's weird, especially the astrology stuff. I mean, it's crazy how this stuff works. But anyway, if there are any questions, you can ask them in the chat now. I give it a little bit, because I know there's a delay on this. Otherwise, I'm going to clip it here. Shared themes is right. Yeah. It's just kind of like, it's how it works, right? It's just, if you understand how the nature of reality works, that makes sense. Okay. Got some good episodes coming out this week too. I'm recording a lot of good stuff out here. So that is it. And I will see you guys soon. All right. Bye-bye.